Okay, I'm back. I've been sick as a dog for the past several days. My little boy was really sick, and my wife has also been extremely sick. So we've all been locked up in the house for the past several days. Couldn't get out. She's been in pretty bad shape. She's I think she had an ear infection, my wife, and my son had a double ear infection. He was running 102 fever, so was my wife. I never got quite that sick, but I've been having to take care of them, so I got pretty sick though at one point, but I can't handle it. But there for a little while, it was a little bit scary with them. So. But we're back today. I'm sorry about not getting y'all videos. I've just been tied up. The family comes first, then the farm, and then the YouTube channel. It's just the way it is. I'm going to try to clean the shop out today. Get the bolt bin put together from Tractor Supply. And get the 1837 in here so I can start working on it. The roller for my baler came in. I had to order it. I don't think I ever told y'all that. We couldn't get it apart even when we got a press. So the roller is in. I got to go get it from Canes. I just want to give Canes a good shout out. They won 2 awards here the other day from Massey Ferguson for their sales. And they're really good people. Cave and his wife Jody and his mom and dad over there, and all the people that work for them. I know most of the people that works there by name. We've been doing business with them for a long time now. Just about everything here is from there. So. But just want to give a shout out to them. If y'all need anything, they're in Claremont, Georgia. Just look them up. They sell a little bit of everything. You'll not need to find a bunch of people. Alright, well, I got visual proof of it. Let's show y'all. Got it cleaned out. All that crap's still in there. I can't get rid of it. I got all my bearings and 2 boxes full of bearings to go in it. There's a bunch of other parts to other stuff and that grain drill. I got part of my bolts and all in there. I still got the rest of those in that tray. But the table has been cleaned off. There's a few little things laid up here, but all that's got to be worked on today. So, and then got the wood crate out. I put what was left in it over there. Everything's put all over up. Cleaned all that mess out. Blowed the shop out. Ain't no more wood chips. Got everything looking good. So. We're going to get the 1837 in here. We're going to take a quick look at it. Be right back. Alright, I got it in. The piece of crap started today, so it must be going to be a good day. I got it in here. I'm just going to do it like I did the Klaus and go over every little thing on it and go through the book. We love this baler. It has done an excellent job. It's probably, well, I know it is the best square baler we've ever owned. Second to it would probably be an old Ford. I forgot what number it was, but it was an old Ford baler we had. That thing would bail and bail and bail. But we had a New Holland and it wasn't worth a shit. I hated that thing. And then we got this one. We had the Ford after the New Holland, and we kept it for a long time and ran it, but it done a great job for us. And then I found this one up in Tennessee, up towards Chattanooga in that area, just across the state line. So I'm gonna go over what I like and what I don't like with this baler. If y'all notice, it has a big wide pickup mouth. I wish it was about a foot wider, so that way I wouldn't have to change between, or it'd be a little bit easier taking in our large windrows we have with our rake, because my round roller mouth is actually a little wider than this one. This is probably the widest pickup mouth we've ever had on a square baler, but as y'all can see, it's pretty wide. But it would be nice if it was about a foot wider. I could live, but it's okay. The augers, I love the big single augers that push the hay over. That is perfect the way they designed that. The only thing I would probably change about that is this one. Last season it started, I don't know why, I need to check these bearings on this end. There's two for that. I'll show y'all in the next video, but for some reason these bolts it has here on these plates keep working loose, and the end of the auger keeps scraping the inside of the pan. I don't know why it's doing that. I would say, I don't know how much hay this baler's had through it, because we bought it used and I couldn't even begin to tell you, but it's been kept pretty well. Something happened with this pickup mouth, and it's a little bit crowned in the center. Whenever we got it, it had several things that were a little bit off with it. I think somebody damaged it bad, and I got it back together, but I straightened it all out and fixed it after we got it and got everything back working like it's supposed to. It has these clean off pieces that went across the top of these augers. I ripped those off because it takes in hay a lot better without them. They're just little 90-degree angle iron pieces that mount up in there, right up here. I ripped those off because like it just flows so much better without those on there. I don't even know what the purpose was. I think it was something to do if you had alfalfa, I believe, but we don't have any of that or use it for that. So those are gone. If you've never seen one of these balers before and you've always wondered how they work, get it to come down. I gotta clean this thing out. They have these big forks like this, and it comes down and it rakes it and throws it up into the chamber, and I'll show y'all the chamber in a minute. But it pulls that up inside. Let's go around here. See if I can't get in there to show y'all. And well, it's a little bit hard to get into these things. They've got doors and stuff you can take off, but I haven't got them off yet. But right inside of there, this is your plunger here, and those gaps are for your knotters to go up through, just like any. They'll shoot up through them. When that plunger sucks back, there's a hole down underneath it, and it's just like a side delivery where it pushes in, and then it has the plunger comes across and cuts it. Well, instead of from the side, this comes from the bottom, and it shoots it up through the bottom up into the chamber, and the plunger pushes it forward. And there's a lower set of knives and an upper set of knives, and then there's also a third set of knives on the back side of the plunger as well. Let's walk around here. This one has the hydraulic tensioning. I love that. I'll go over that here in just a second. But when you're baling, you just run right down the road just like it's a round roller. You bale probably the slowest I've ever went with this baler, and extremely heavy hay was probably a little bit under 2 miles an hour. It's probably the slowest I've ever been, but that's basically stacking them on top of one another. You can run it all the way up to 5 mile an hour depending on how heavy of hay you're in. The most I ever done was somewhere between 250 and 300 bales in 1 hour with this baler. And this is a 37. It has a slower stroke, or less strokes per minute than the 40s. The 40s, probably around 300, I would say, is just normal for them an hour. So, I mean, that's not even hard for them, because I've watched those balers run. I wish I had one. They can nearly keep up with a round roller as fast as they are, but I mean, they're just extremely simple. There's not much to them. You have 2 balls of twine storage on this one. The newer ones, I think, have 4 or 5 balls, and the box comes all the way out to here with that covers these up. Why they didn't make this one that way, I don't know. The bale chamber, the biggest thing I have against this particular model, or this particular baler, is when you really get the pumping hay out, if you really want to force it through it can do it. If you're not careful, your bales, when they come out the back, because it's just the chute's short, they'll start to twist a little bit. But other than that, or you'll get big like lumps in your bales and not get even cuts because you're running way too fast. But that's because the chamber's not as long. When they lengthen the chamber on these, on the later models, which they've done now on the 40s, and I think it's 38, it solved that issue, so you can just run as fast as you want, push it as hard as you want, and it'll still make good bales. The advantage of the hydraulic tensioning system is you don't have to worry about changing side to side and making sure one string is tighter than the other, and you don't have banana bales on account of it. With this, it just pushes down in the center. It keeps it all tight evenly. You don't have to worry about banana bales anymore, and those are done and over with. I mean, I don't ever think I've ever baled a banana bale out of this baler since we've had it, unless it was just something that messed up with the string, which happens to everybody every now and then. Oh, my light. The knotters, it's got 2. They're pretty much all the same. Biggest thing you gotta look for on these is your disc, or I can't remember the stupid name of these things, that turns around is the rods that runs between get bent. I'll show y'all that in a service video. You have to make sure all that stays in time, but it's pretty much the same on every baler for those. And then your drive gearboxes. On the newer models, they built the sheet metal on out, and it covers up the flywheel. I don't know why. I guess this changed the look of them a little bit and make them look a little different, but I haven't really changed them. You have this massive gearbox that drives your forks, and then you have a drive chain that runs down. I link the machine, and it turns the stuffer fork and the plunger, and then that chain right there runs your knotter system, and it all runs off the same cog as well. You have a shear pin here, you have another shear pin here, and there's also one on the knotter system right here. I've broke this shear pin once. I've broke that shear pin twice, and I've never broken that one. So, but that happened, I don't know, I'd say we've baled about 50,000 since we bought this baler with it, somewhere around that amount, and that amount of bales. So I've never put pickup teeth in this baler. I haven't had to. It had a pretty new set in it after I bought it. So, but there's single drive chains in the inside, if I'm not mistaken, that drives the pickup mount and the augers. Trying to remember everything because it's been a while. It's pretty well it. I mean, that's the 1837. They're excellent balers. I love this thing. But tomorrow will be the service and everything on it. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Give me that thumbs up, and I'm gonna see if I can't keep them coming.